right, hey fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We appreciate all of our patrons on Patreon. We appreciate all of our Twitch Prime members who have linked their account to Amazon Prime. You get a couple of bucks from Amazon, it costs you nothing. Just make sure you re-up that link every month, and the instructions are in the show description. And if you have no money, you don't have Twitch, you can't afford Amazon Prime, you're just a freeloader watching, please follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Today's question from SIFTD from Vero. Sony was rumored to have tried to purchase Take-Two. Now that Microsoft has purchased ZeniMax and Bethesda, do you see Sony responding, if at all? I don't believe those rumors were true. I think that Take-Two is a pretty expensive company. You know, its stock is worth about $18 billion, something like that. And, you know, I think that if Sony were to buy them, they'd have to pay a premium, so 20. That's a lot. Sony's not wealthy. 20 billion is too much. Microsoft has something like 40 billion in the bank. So if somebody wanted to buy it, it would have been Microsoft, not Sony. And I think that Take-Two's value depends on its games being multi-platform. So, you know, just like the question we got last time on Microsoft buying ZeniMax Bethesda, if you cut out half of the revenue stream, then you're overpaying by, you know, 100%. I mean, you're overpaying by twice as much as you need to pay. So if Sony paid 20 billion to buy something that without Xbox would be worth 10, that would not be a good purchase. So I'd say that was not true. Do I see, you know, Sony responding to the purchase of ZeniMax? Yeah, I do. I think that they will continue to make small acquisitions. You know, they bought Insomniac. That was supposed to be about 200 million bucks, and kind of compare $200 million to 20 billion. You know, that's 100 times less, you know, so to 200 million is 1% of 20 billion. I mean, it's crazy when you do the math that way, but they can buy 100 Insomniacs if there were that many for the same price as buying Take-Two. So sure, I see them, you know, snapping up studios here and there where they can. But they've actually been consistently doing this as long as they've been, you know, making PlayStation. So, you know, they bought Naughty Dog, they bought Lifting Digital back in the day. They've been really good about buying up the guys who make their great AAA games. They bought Guerrilla Games, you know, so they consistently purchase the guys who make Sony first-party games. So I would pay attention to see if there's any third-party developers who make Sony first-party titles. And to the extent there are, maybe Kojima Productions. You know, to the extent that there are, Sony very likely will be in talks to buy them. But again, at the 200 million kind of level, not the $20 billion level. So, you know, spending 1% as much as the price of Take-Two gives you a lot. And I think that's kind of the path that Sony's on. And, you know, I think that's a very deliberate strategy. I mean, kudos to their leadership and their studios. You know, they have put together a group of phenomenal studios. You know, if you look at their games, they come from all over the place. You know, Guerrilla's in Europe, Sucker Punch's in Washington State, Insomniac's in Southern California. You know, they're Polyphony's in Japan. I mean, they're all over the place, and they're really pretty good. And putting those things together and making titles that are of that high, consistent quality, pretty impressive. So no, I don't see them buying a major publisher. And yes, I see them continuing on the path that they've been on. If you are watching on Patreon, thank you very much. If you are watching as a Twitch Prime linked member to your Amazon Prime account, thank you very much. If you're watching late on YouTube, then follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. I'll see you next time.